Tuesday Tea with Val. Today we are talking about identifying your ideal client. Today is going to be super fun. Are brand new to my world, hello. I am so excited to meet you. Or if you're a regular attender, then say hi. So I know that you are here. We're going to talk about identifying your ideal client. And so for those of you who do not know me, my name is Val Nichols, and I am absolutely thrilled that you've joined me today. Whether you are a multi-passionate entrepreneur, maybe you're ADHD like I am, or if you're a business owner who is looking to find your ideal client, then this session is for you. I am a business coach for heart-centered, purpose-driven entrepreneurs, for those types of entrepreneurs who not just want to make great money doing what they love, but they want to create the beautiful lifestyle that they desire. They want to spoil themselves, and they want to create impact in the world. So if that's you, you're in the right place. This can be for any type of entrepreneur. You know, if you are a creative entrepreneur, maybe you're a coach, maybe you're a content creator, maybe you're selling courses, or if you are a real estate agent who identifies as being heart-centered, maybe you're less of a creative person and you are looking to find your ideal client to speak directly to them so that you can create more impact, create the beautiful lifestyle that you truly desire, and not only that, but to build wealth. So our goal here today is I want to help you understand who your ideal client is, why it is crucial to define this clearly, and we'll cover the concepts, including creating a client avatar, understanding how to speak directly to your client, their pain points, their characteristics, and any kind of actionable techniques that will help you to discover who your client truly is and what their needs and deeper desires are. So if that sounds good for you, let me know in the comments. My team and I will be watching. We have Tamara on here, we have Madison on here, and they're going to be helping me out throughout, looking for your questions, comments, and answers. And so please do interact with this live. If you are watching on replay, please do put hashtag replay and feel free to follow along as if you were watching live, because whether if you're joining me live right here, right now, which I see some of you on here, hello, or if you're watching on replay, I want you guys to be interacting with this live so that you can get the most substance and quality out of it. For the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to be talking about this ideal client. You'll be able to have a clear roadmap to identify and attract your ideal client, ensuring more stable, predictable income. Who doesn't want that, right? If you guys want more stable and predictable income, then put me in the comments, because this is something that has definitely changed the way that I do my business, the way that I'm attracting clients into my business, and the fact that they are now, tracking me down, inboxing me, jumping on the phone to call me, and I'm not having to put myself out there, throw spaghetti against the wall, trying to figure out what sticks. So if you identify with any of the following, I'm going to give a few examples of things that people have come to me and said, when I talk about what I do, people's eyes just kind of glaze over and they go, yeah, okay. Or maybe you get that confusing look like, so what is it exactly that you do? Or maybe you are throwing random content out there, whether if your ideal client is hanging out on social media, if you're doing paid ads, whatever it is that you're doing. If you're throwing random content out there and you have no idea who your ideal client is and what they actually need, what's going to happen is you're going to waste a lot of time, a whole lot of energy and effort, and you're going to be spinning your wheels over and over and over trying to figure out what your ideal client actually wants, what your ideal client actually needs. So if you identify with that, if you know right now as I'm speaking, that's me. Maybe your income is unpredictable. Maybe you have a few sales here, but you're not seeing the type of consistent income that you need in order to feel like I've got this. My business is thriving. I'm creating wealth. I'm working with the people that I truly want to work with. This is another thing that happens when we try to be everything to everyone. I remember the beginning of my business, I'm like, I just want to work with anyone who will pay me. because I need to make some cash. I need to be getting this going. I need to be working on my business. And sooner or later, 9 months down the line, I got into a space of complete burnout because I said, yes, 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 I can help you. Yes, I can help you. And then I would actually like overcompensate. And the next thing I know, I'm doing way more for my client than I should be doing. I'm getting resentful. I'm getting burnt out. And I want to burn the entire thing to the ground and just start fresh. So if you're feeling any of those feelings, I want to work with everyone. I want to work with anyone. If you find yourself saying these types of things, if you're in that space of lack, where you're saying, I don't want to narrow down so much that I'm actually turning people away. And believe me, when we talk about identifying your ideal client, it is actually the opposite effects. The more clear, concise, and captivating we can get as we are speaking to our ideal clients, the more we're going to magnetically attract the people we love working with, and your inbox is going to fill up. Your calendar, your offers are going to sell quickly and easily, and it is going to be less effort. You have clear, concise content that speaks directly to your ideal client. They're going to say, oh my gosh, it's like you're in my head. They're going to feel like you are speaking directly to them, that you're reading their diary at night because you know exactly what it is that they're thinking, what they need, what they want, the struggles that they're currently going through. And then they're in turn going to become your raving fans. They're going to go tell their friends about this incredible program that they signed up for. They're going to go tell their friends about this new brand or this store that they love shopping at. And they're going to feel like you are just catering to them. And ultimately, they're going to be the ones that are growing your business and your brands, which requires less effort for you, which brings in more income, more loyal fans, more repeat customers. And this is how you create that beautiful business that you truly desire. So if you are in for it, if you're here for it, let me know in the comments. Say me. I'm seeing a couple of you guys on here. Absolutely. Yes, me, me, me. How do we identify that client? Okay, perfect. So we're going to go into that in just a moment. So when we talk about why to define your ideal client, why do we want to do that, right? And so if you are wondering, do I need to niche down? Should I niche down? Go back and watch the replay of last week. I talked about should I niche or not? And we talked about the different concepts, different brands, different companies, multi-passionate entrepreneurs, because I know that that is you out there. Should you niche or should you not? Go back and watch that replay after this, and then you'll know, yes, confidently, if I should move forward. My inclining is usually to say yes, absolutely, because if you want to save time, money, and effort, then you want to know who you're speaking to. You want to know how to define that ideal client so that you can spend less money, less effort, less time, and you're going to magnetically attract the people that you love working with. So your satisfaction, your joy, your passion is going to be higher, and you can spend more time doing the things that you actually love. You can get the paddleboard out, head out onto the trails and go hiking. You can spend time doing the things you actually love instead of crafting emails and spending hours creating those reels and feeling like you're just throwing spaghetti against the wall. Why define your ideal client? We're going to start off with number one. Grab your pen, paper. Someone write in the comments, why define? Why should you define your ideal client? Start by addressing why is it important to define your ideal client? Many of you may feel like defining or niching down is limiting you, especially if you are one of those multi-passionate entrepreneurs like I tend to work with. Maybe you have ADHD like I do. You may feel like you don't want to limit yourself. You don't want to put yourself into a box. However, having a clear, defined picture of who your ideal client is will actually liberate you. It helps you to focus your efforts effectively. So now you're not sitting at your laptop creating these reels going, I don't even know what to talk about. I don't know who I'm speaking to. I don't know what type of content to create. This is actually going to give you clarity in your message. So someone type that in the comments, clarity in messaging. If you want to get clarity in your messaging, This is when you're going to know exactly who you're speaking to and your message, your content, the topics you speak about, the way you show up, the stuff you show into your stories. I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I definitely put a lot more in my stories than I do anywhere else. Like you guys can come along with me every single morning as I hike in the beautiful forest. I live in an amazing resort, so I get the luxury and the privilege to go hiking every single morning with my cute little puppy. And every morning I'm putting glimpses of it into my stories because it just is so inspiring. I get out there in nature, slow down because I'm that type of person that can just hit the ground running in the morning, go, 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 go. But I've learned to, really sink into that beautiful feeling, to sink into the beauty that nature offers me, to open up my heart, to do meditations, to slow down first thing in the morning. And so, I get to share that in my stories, which really connects with a lot of the people in my real world. I have people come up to me all the time. They're like, man, I love your hiking content. I love that you're sharing these messages. And it's like, that's where I am inspired. And so when you know who you're speaking to and your message becomes crystal clear, you become more compelling to your ideal client. They're going to go, oh my goodness, that's me. I need her products. I need his services. I need to buy whatever it is that they're offering. This is when you start seeing people say, oh my goodness, I need your thing, instead of their eyes glazing over and saying, cool, what is it that you actually do? Because they're going to know. And the next key point of this is that you are now attracting the right people into your business, right? I can't tell you how many people come to me and they're like, Val, I think I just need to attract the right people. I need to attract people who are ready and willing to buy. I have all these people in my world. I keep having these conversations. I'm getting on these sales calls. I'm getting on these networking things. And I keep talking to people who definitely need my services, but they're not willing to actually pay me. So you want to make sure that you are attracting people who have the three M's. This is something I coined a few years back. It's like they have the means, they have the money, and they have the motivation. They have the means, they have the money, and they have the motivation. Because instead of casting a wide net, just throwing a huge net out there in the ocean and hoping and praying for the best, like maybe this reel will go viral. Maybe I will get the right client by posting this content. And you guys, sales, marketing, posting is not sales and marketing. All right. There's so much more that goes into it. That's a whole other topic for another day. But if you are just casting a wide net out there in the sea, hoping for the best, hoping that you will attract those that truly value and need your services, then you're going to end up being very disappointed because this leads to more distractions. This leads to more disappointment. And instead, when you are attracting the right people into your business, the ones that have the means, they have the money, and they have the motivation, then you're going to lead to more meaningful interactions and higher conversion rates. How many of you guys would like to do that? I don't even get on sales calls anymore, honestly. I have people who are tracking me down, who are inboxing me, who are calling me, who want to work with me. We actually had a wait list, a ton of time off over the last year. And we had a wait list for clients that wanted to my business consulting services. And so I was able to reach out to my assistant and say, hey, who do we have in the pipeline? I started calling these companies, getting a feel for them, finding out, are they an ideal match for me? And can I offer the best services to them that they're going to get the most value? And so when you are speaking to and attracting the right people, you're now going to lead meaningful interactions, higher conversion rates, more sales, more satisfaction, more impact, more income, so that you can spend time doing the things that you actually love, which is my third point in this. You're going to create more predictable income. If you are in that space, there's going to be a lot of people watching this. You're going to be at different spaces, different phases in your business. But if you're at a place where you are like, I need more predictable income, right? If you want to have the type of income where each month you're going to have a certain amount coming in, right? There's a lot of different ways you can set this up. If you want to know how to do that, reach out to me. I would love to work with you in your company if you feel like it's a good fit. Because when you have that predictable income, you're going to now have reoccurring income that's coming in. And you're going to know that every single month, whether I am out there doing new campaigns, doing new things, I'm going to have a certain level. Like I'm going to have $10,000 coming in each month, no matter what. If I stayed in this space, stayed where I'm at. By targeting your ideal clients, you can now create more stability and more predictability when it comes to your income. You're going to end up having fewer of these interactions where you're out talking to people who aren't willing to pay you. Maybe they're tire kickers, they're hemming and hawing. Those people that are, asking you a ton of questions. I call them assholes. They are like asking you all these questions in your inbox, but with no intention to actually pay you. You're going to have less and less of those types of interactions. And you're going to be attracting people who are going to be needing your services. They have the three M's, they have the means, they have the money, they have the motivation. And these people are going to become your loyal, paying clients who are then going to become your raving fans who are actually out there advocating for you and bringing more clientele, more income, and more people into your world, into your business, into your products, into your services. And they're actually going to become your greatest brand ambassadors. So if that sounds good for you, let's move forward to talking about creating your client avatar. There's so many people out there who are talking about niche down, target market, ideal client, client avatar. And, a lot of times I hear people talking about it, but they're not actually talking about what is the client avatar? How do you define it? So let's dive into creating your client avatar. This could be your ideal clients. This could be an avatar that you create. This could be your target market, whatever you want to call it. This is how you create a detailed profile of your ideal client. It's going to have, demographics, behaviors, desires, dreams. How does that person show up in the world? And the reason why this is so important is because if you are saying, okay, my ideal client is a female between 25 and 65, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to be speaking much differently to a 25-year-old than I am to someone who's been in the corporate world. They've made their money and now they want to do something that they're deeply, wildly passionate about. I'm going to be speaking a lot differently to the 45 who wants to exit corporate and do something that she loves, something that she gets to create impact, something that lights her up than I am to the 25-year-old who may be just starting out in her career. I'm going to be making a lot of different references. Like I might be talking about Melrose Place to someone who is millennial or a Gen X than I am to someone who's 25. They're not going to know what I'm talking about. What age group is your ideal client? And again, this isn't about narrowing down or cutting out a focus. This is more about knowing when you show up powerfully for your audience that you get to speak directly to them. And so I could make references to VHS tapes and how we used to have to rewind our tapes before we dropped them back off. But someone who's in a younger generation is going to have no idea what I'm talking about when I talk about rewinding VHS tapes. You want to make sure you know if you're making pop culture references, when you're speaking about things, when you're making analogies, you want to make sure that they resonate with your ideal client. What is their demographic, their age, their gender, their income level, their occupation, their locations? These basics are going to help you to narrow down your target audience. And again, you're going to be speaking much differently to someone who lives in Newport Beach in California than you are to someone who lives in the beautiful mountains of Central Oregon. If you're talking about an LA lifestyle, someone who lives in LA who is a top executive, their needs and desires and their pace in life is going to be much quicker than the farmer in Ohio. Let's say you are a fly fishing company. You're going to be talking to a much different pace of life. You're talking about the mountain streams. You're talking about, the way that waiters feel. You're going to talk about the different ways, slowing down in life and enjoying that feel of when you're out there in the mountains and you're in one of those creeks with your waders on and you have your fly rod out. And that's all you have to worry about in life. Your message is going to be a lot different than if you're talking to a big city girl who's 30 years old, single, living in New York, whose biggest worry is being at the hottest restaurants, being seen at the newest place, and drinking her $25 Manhattans. Your message is going to be a lot different. And again, this is different income levels. You have things like Neiman Marcus. They're talking to a much different income level than if you're talking about something like Walmart, who's looking for the cheaper deal, they don't necessarily care about the quality of product, the social impact, like the impact, the environmental impact. They're just looking for a cheap product because maybe they're a single parent living on a very thin budget, as opposed to the Neiman Marcus income level that they're spending $1,500 on a pair of shorts. You're going to be speaking to a much different lifestyle, a much different income level, and a much different audience. You'll be using different language. Maybe in one, you're talking cheaper, quicker, less money, rollback, clearance, things like that. Value as opposed to luxury, design, quality, innovation. Are you guys getting this? Let me know in the comments if you're getting this. Different income level, occupation, different locations. These are the basics that are going to really help you clearly define your message so that you can speak to your ideal client. Let's look at the psychology of your buyers. You want to look at their interests. What are they interested in? Are they interested in finding the most affordable, the most inexpensive, or are their interests more around like travel and luxury and building a lifestyle that they love, right? This is definitely my ideal client. We not only want to be having a business that we love, but honestly, our goal is to work less so that we can enjoy a beautiful lifestyle that we love, to travel, to spend time with the people and doing the things that we actually really, truly, deeply care about. Not that we don't care about our business, but I would much rather be out hiking or paddleboarding or riding my bike around than designing a sales page, right? Like I have zero interest in doing any of those like admin tasks. I want to be working with my clients. I want to be working, knowing their values, helping them build that beautiful lifestyle so that they can get to a deeper, more insightful, more fulfilling life. And so I'm going to speak a lot different to the motivations and the behaviors of my ideal client as opposed to someone who's just looking for the quicker, cheaper, faster way, right? There's going to be a much different understanding of my ideal client and my message. And so what are their behaviors? The buying habits. How do they buy? What are their online behaviors? Where do they hang out? Do they interact? What are their preferences? And understanding this, like what does your client do throughout the day? Where do they hang out? Whether if that's in the virtual world, in the real world, are they the types of people are they watching YouTube videos? Are they watching webinars in their free time? Are they sitting around listening to podcasts? Are they hanging out at moms groups? What are they doing in their spare time? What is their behavior throughout the day? And this is going to help to direct you to the spaces that they're hanging out. You want to get so much inside their head and understand what their behaviors are throughout the day. And this is going to help propel you forward and get in front of the right people. So if you guys want to put this into place, I'm going to give you a quick rundown. I do have a worksheet you guys can download as well. Put worksheet in the comments if you guys want to get that, and I will send that to you. But you want to list your demographics, age range, gender, income level, occupation, and location. Yes, this is important again because you're going to speak a lot differently to someone who lives in Newport Beach and lives in a seven-figure home than you are to a farmer in Ohio that lives off of 20,000 a year, right? So what is their income level, occupation, location? What are their interests and their hobbies? What do they value? What's important to them? What challenges do they face? What are their behaviors? And you also want to get into their pain points, which we're going to talk about in a different live. So if you guys are interested in learning more about this, definitely let me know. When you put it all together, you're going to tailor your message. You're going to create relevant content. and you are going to be developing products and services that are no brainers for them. So if you guys want to know more about this, just know I am doing a free course. We're going to be going 3 days at the end of the month. Go head on over to valnichols.com/events. Sign up for that because we're going to talk about how to wrap this all together so that you can clearly define your message and magnetically attract your ideal clients. So head on over to my website, valnichols.com/events. We're going to go even deeper into this. But in this time, I hope that you have been able to get a clear understanding of your ideal client, how to define them, where to find them, how to speak to them, so you can get started on this, and then head on over to valnichols.com/events. Sign up, find your ideal client and your profitable niche. Join me at the end of the month. It's going to be super fun. We're going to go deep 3 days. It is going to be amazing. So join me on over there. You're just going to go in, put your name, your email, phone number is optional if you want text message alerts for when we go live to remind you, for those of you out there that have busy minds and busy lifestyles, then you will want to opt in for that text message reminder. And again, thank you guys so much for joining me today. My name is Val Nichols. I am a business coach and mentor for heart-centered, purpose-driven entrepreneurs just like you, who not only want to create amazing income, but they want to create incredible impact in the world. They want to have a beautiful lifestyle of doing what they love, of tapping into their true, deep inner purpose so that they can actually enjoy their life, spend more time doing what they love. So I love you guys. Let me know, what did you hear from this? What are your takeaways? And I would love to know, who's your ideal client? Put it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I love you guys. Please do reach out to me if you have any questions. I would love to partner with you to build your beautiful business that you love. And I will see you guys next week on Tuesday Tea with Val, crafting your unique selling proposition. So that is fancy schmancy words for, we're going to talk about why should people work with you? And why are you the one that they need to pull that credit card out and buy? All right, you guys, so join me next week, Tuesday Tea with Val. We're going to talk about crafting your unique value proposition. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.